Welcome everyone. My name is Reverend John Turner, and I will be leading services today for Sunday, March 7th. And it's a very special Sunday indeed. It is Girl Scout Sunday. So in the first week of March each year, we set aside a Sunday to recognize and honor the tradition of Girl Scouts and the Girl Scouts themselves. We are in great debt and gratitude to them for the help they give to OCBC, the help they give to their community, and their ability to follow a path and grow as people and contribute to society. So, before we begin, I'd like to start with Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Naman Dabuts, Naman Dabuts, Naman Dabuts, Naman Dabuts, Naman Dabuts. Then I'd like to show you our service order. We're very lucky too to have a lot of contributions and participation today by the Girl Scouts. The MC for today will be Carmela George, and she will explain and lead us through Girl Scout Sunday. So that will be number one. Then number two, we will chant Juseye on page 39, and then we will have a Girl Scout musical offering and a Girl Scout Dharma Talk introduction, all introduced and emceed by Carmela George. Then she will introduce me, and I will begin our Dharma Talk with selected sayings. Then we will have a video showing the Girl Scouts earning their Padma Sangha Awards. This is a religious badge. They met, I think, 24 times over a year and a half for 1 hour courses and discussion on the teachings of the Buddha, and also they led services and chanting. And then we'll have announcements, and then the Girl Scouts will close us out with some more video offerings. So here is our introduction by Carmela George.
Good morning. Thank you for attending today's service. Today is Girl Scout Sunday, and my name is Kamala George, Junior Girl Scout from Troop 855. Girl Scouts around the world celebrate the founding of Girl Scouts by wearing their uniforms and providing service at their places of worship. This year we are celebrating 109 years of scouting. Juliette Low founded Girl Scouts on March 12, 1912, in Savannah, Georgia. She was a remarkable woman who had a vision to create a program that would help girls build courage, confidence, and character and make the world a better place. The first Girl Scout handbook was called How Girls Can Help Their Country. Today we believe in the power of every GIRL. Go-getter, innovator, risk-taker, and leader to change their communities and the world. Girl Scouts grow up to be amazing women, and we have many famous women Girl Scout role models. At OCBC, we also have a group of remarkable women. In 1985, Margaret Abo, Janice Kanamaki, Alma Sakota, Judy Koyama, and Carrie Nakagawa brought Girl Scouting to OCBC by starting Junior Troop 855. And here we are still going strong 36 years later. Junior Troop 855 has 23 scouts. Daisy Troop 2041 has 9 scouts. Ronnie Troop 916 has 15 scouts. Cadet Troop 675 has 26 scouts. And Senior and Ambassador Troop AA1 has 34 scouts.
All right. If you could join me for Jusege, we'll start with Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo Amida Butsu. Gagon Chosegan Ishime Jodo Shigan Fumanzo Seifu Joshonga Ga Omuryoko Fu Inai Sechu Fu Sai Shobingu Seifu Joshonga Ga Shijo Butsudo Myosho Chojipo Kukyo Mishomon Seifu Josho Ga Ryokujin Shonen Jo Eishu Bongyo Shigume Jodo Isho Tenin Shi Jinriki Endai Ko Fusho Musai Do Shoujo Sankumyo Kosai Shuyakunan Kai Ichi Egen Meshi Komo An Hesoku Sho Akudo Tsudatsu Zen Shumon Koso Jo Manzo Iyoro Jipo Nichigatsu Shujuki Tenko On Fugen Ishu Kai Ozo Koseku Doku Ho Jo Nai Shuchu Seppo Shishiku Kuyo Isai Butsu Gusoku Shutoku Hon Ganne Shitsujo Man Toku Isangai O Nyobutsu Mugechi Tsudatsu Mifusho Nangaku Eri Toshi Sai Shoson Shiganya Koka Daisen no Kando Koku Shotenin To Uchimyo Ge Namandabu 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 Gani shikudoku byodo sei isai dohonbo nai ishin ojo an rako. And if you could please join me in Gasho for a moment of silence in honoring the over 500,000 coronavirus 19 dead in the United States. Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots, Namandaboots, 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 Namandaboots. All right, now we're going to have Carmela George continue with an introduction of our musical offering.
We will now have our musical offering, Yes She Can by Daisy Troop 2041 and Brownie Troop 916. Can a woman fly an airplane? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman build a building? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman fly a fire? Can a woman make a tire? Can a woman lead a choir? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Woman be a lawyer? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman fix an engine? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman be a drummer? Can a woman be a plumber? Can she play ball under summer? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman be a doctor? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman drive a tractor? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Can a woman lead a nation? Can she run a TV station? Can she head a corporation? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Yes, you went into an order, then you see. We'll be women in tomorrow's history. As we grow up through the years, we'll sing out loud and clear. Can we start the process here? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We will now have Reverend Turner give our sermon.
Thank you very much, Carmela. You're an excellent MC. If you could please join me in Gasho, we're going to read Selected Saying number 9 on page 14. The notion of emptiness engenders compassion. Compassion does away with the distinction between self and other. When one sees the illusory nature of all beings, there is born true compassion. Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots, Namo Amida Boots. So today, I'd like to focus on the compassion that is learned by practicing both Girl Scouts and Buddhism. They're both founded by a teacher with a path and a practice that one hopefully does their entire lives. So today, I wanted to title my Dharma talk, Unexpected Merit Badges. So I think in the beginning, we're going to focus a bit on the badges, and on the Buddhist part, we're going to focus a bit more on the unexpected. And this idea of merit, it's interesting that Girl Scout used this word because we use it in Buddhism as well. You can generate your own merit, or you can also receive merit. So I think in the Girl Scout tradition, normally you practice and you learn things and you generate merit, character, discipline. But in the Buddhist tradition, we practice things and we receive merit in a kind of an amazing way, something that Shinron Shonin, our founder, was always, I think, held great gratitude in this working of merit when one practices. So, as Carmela mentioned, Juliette Low founded Girl Scouts. This is a picture of her when she was quite young, and she was dubbed Crazy Daisy. And I see this as a huge compliment. This might be her homeo, her Dharma name. Crazy Daisy by her family and friends due to her eccentricities. So anyone who's authentic and bold is often considered eccentric, especially for women in her day. Her cousin Caroline described her by saying, "While you never knew what she would do next, she always did what she made up her mind to do." And so this is someone who is single-minded and is focused and is driven to express herself fully and leave nothing behind in her lifetime. The other thing very interesting about Girl Scouts that I didn't realize is that I think a lot of people, myself included, assume that Girl Scouts is a lot like Boy Scouts. And it seems like there's a lot of differences, and it makes sense. They have a different founder, a different path, a different organization. And one of the things that Juliette Low really focused on was diversity. Even in the early 1900s and the 1920s, you can see this early picture, maybe from the 50s. This represents the diversity that she brought to Girl Scouts and held in the highest esteem and regard. We have people here of all different ethnicities walking shoulder to shoulder in one. And the theory is that one of the reasons why she was so open and embracing of all people, all races, and all disabilities or physical challenges was because she had always had a hard time with her hearing. She had many infections, and she also injured her ear later in life. And deafness to her made her have a heightened sense of those around her with challenges. And this gave her a sense of compassion. She identified with all people and all walks of life. And so you could argue that her difficulty in hearing actually brought her unexpected merit by being aware of others and a oneness and a lack of distinction in the Girl Scout tradition. The other thing I learned is that there's much more to Girl Scouts than archery, cooking, camping, and safety. They study these things, but it's much more than that. And these are the unexpected badges that I found by doing my research on the Girl Scouts. This is the dentistry badge. My wife is a dental hygienist. This dentistry badge was first entered the scene in 1971. And so to earn this badge, you had to study dentistry. You had to arrange for a tour of your dentist's office. You had to help make casts of teeth and experience the feel of the instruments in your hand. And you also had to assist a dentist performing a root canal, which takes a lot of courage. Well, they said that one was not really true. That's made up. You don't have to do that. But dentistry was a badge for Girl Scouts. So you could see how it's career-oriented for women to go out into the working world and explore different trades and jobs and careers. Another one was, and this was started in the 1930s, they think it might have had to do with Eliot Ness and the Untouchables or the FBI, is the fingerprinting badge. And so this badge has to do with fingerprinting, security, police work. So this is yet another badge that a Girl Scout could earn, another career, opening vistas for young women through the practice of scouting. This is another one. They have a badge for railroading, the railroad badge. And, I thought this one might be a little dated, but there's electric trains, there's monorails. Tesla is working on magnetic electronic super bullet trains. They have these in Japan that are really, really wonderful. So this is another career, another badge out in the real world, nothing to do with archery, cooking, camping. And then these are kind of like in chronological order, I think. This one is the sewing glam fashion badge. So this would encourage girls not to just be shopping for fashion, but to actually go into into the fashion industry. Create your own designs, create your own label, create your own brand, market yourself on the internet, through social media. So this goes far beyond simple sewing of buttons and darning socks. This badge has to do with introducing girls to creative solutions when it comes to fashion. And so another possible career for young ladies. And then this one, they all have a sense of humor. This is called the couch potato badge. This has to do not with just sitting around and watching TV all day long during the pandemic, but it has to learn about in-depth analysis of gender portrayals in the media, or careful consideration of the stories we tell and the myths and the modeling and the representation in the media. So this would really fit hand in hand, I think, with Jennifer Low about all races and ethnicities and all people being represented, that you should be able to see yourself, no matter who you are, when you watch TV and you consume the media. So that's the 5 unexpected Girl Scout badges. And here is Juliette Low when she was older in life. This is her wearing the Girl Scout uniform, and she became a leader, a profound leader, and set a direction and an orientation for millions and millions of girls to follow. So this is the power of a dedicated teacher with a vision, and that marries that with a lifelong practice. So what I'd like to do now is pivot towards Buddhism and also other badges and symbols in our everyday lives. This one is the first medical corps insignia, the Army Medical Corps. I think it was from 1902. And this one was quite interesting because they accidentally chose the wrong staff. I don't understand it all in detail, but they picked 2 snakes instead of 1. And so this little typo got inherited today, that most medical insignias or symbols or badges you see have the double snake. But from what I can tell, this is the one, the single snake staff is the one for medical doctors, practicing doctors. And it's very interesting that when doctors go to work, they call it a practice. I think that's very interesting. The doctors are always practicing. And then here's the symbol for the legal tradition. Lawyers, police, the Justice Department, is the weighing the scales of justice. And again, when a lawyer works, they call it a practice. So I really think this is a wonderful term. Doctors and lawyers are always learning. They're always helping their students, and they're always reaching out. And so I think all of us should think about our lives in terms of practice and in terms of merit. And so in the Buddhist tradition, I'm going to suggest 5 unexpected merit badges for Buddhists. And again, we practice. We never stop practicing. And these badges I'm going to suggest is the merit we receive when we practice. We do a bodily activity and it changes us. We begin to receive insight. We begin to see things compassionately through these practices. So the first Buddhist merit badge that's unexpected, and the merit is unexpected, is the symbol, the hand mudra, for the Buddha sitting in meditation. So this would be a meditation merit badge. And when we sit in meditation, we often learn something very important, that it's not controlling the mind that we learn. We learn that it constantly flows and that thoughts come and go. and we become more self-aware. And maybe we realize we can't change the way we think, but we can be aware of how we think. We can be aware of all the opinions that go floating through our minds when we sit perfectly still. And maybe by doing that, it will help us not transform them effortlessly into facts. We confuse opinions with facts all the time. And so through sitting, the merit we receive is the ability to keep opinions as opinions and knowing the difference between our opinions and facts. And here is another. This is the hand position of the Buddha when he sat under the Bodhi tree for 7 weeks. He touches the ground to make sure that he's not dreaming, that this is really happening. And the other hand is that everything is assured. He's had this sudden insight, and he verifies it by touching the ground. So in our everyday lives, if we practice and concentrate, it's very likely that we will have sudden moments of insight on the Buddhist path. Buddhism is not linear. It's not gradual. We don't get 0.1% more aware week by week. It is sudden. There are sudden leaps. And then there's a long series of plateaus. So this would be no different than swimming or golfing or playing piano or learning a language or studying math. I remember when I was in high school, one day I was walking across campus and I just suddenly got it. I realized math was fair. It never has any exceptions. And all you have to do is follow the rules and stop fighting it. And it became a joy. But it took me years of complaining before I had that moment of insight. And it did feel like it came from the outside. It wasn't something that I calculated or figured out. It came to me. And this is like the Buddhist image of pinching yourself to make sure it's real. Like when you're in bed at night, are you dreaming or is it really happening? And oftentimes I'll wake up and I'll see my dog and I'm like, okay, that was a dream. So, but in Buddhism, it's not a dream. If we practice and we stick with it, we can have these sudden moments of insight. And then the next one, this symbol would be a good symbol for Padma Sangha awards. This is not the OK symbol in Buddhism. This symbol represents the teachings, explaining things, using words. And so maybe if you're someone who perhaps doesn't enjoy long periods of seated meditation or certain practices don't work for you as well, then maybe you're a person who does better by listening to the teachings and by reading and by studying and by understanding. So this might identify the path for you. You might be someone who likes to study and really understands Buddhism through words and language, not through silence and sitting. So my fourth badge, again, this you might recognize. The first one is the Amida Buddha with the hand up, saying, teaching, giving the teachings. And then the Buddha's left hand is facing down like this. This is the same hand gesture on the lap of the Buddha under the Bodhi tree. This means that all your wishes will be granted. Everything's going to be all right. Listen to the teachings and everything will come to you if you just relax and follow the path. It may be sudden, but it's certain. And it's a reassurance that it's all going to work out fine if you just follow the path. And then the last one, this is called the Namaskar Mudra. We call it Gasho. This is, I would say, the Namo Amida Butsu. Maybe instead of studying, you like to chant and you like to say Namandabs, 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 Namandabs. And when you say it, you have a deep connection to ultimate reality. And this is not praying. It's symbolic of oneness, that we have the left hand that represents our everyday secular life and the right hand that represents spirituality or insight or awakening. And when we put our two hands together, it's saying that there's one reality. We can either see the world through a left-handed, struggling, suffering, secular side, or we can see the world through insight and awakening and live a life of deep transcendence. So there's one reality. It just depends on which way we orient our lives. And without getting rid of our picadillos and our characteristics represented by the beads, without removing these, but by becoming one with ultimate reality and transcending our negatives, we turn them into positives and we live a life of deep meaning. Everyday Buddhism. And we say Namo Amida Butsu. So a symbol of gratitude, not just for getting a new job or having a nice family, but the gratitude for being embraced by ultimate reality and having that breakthrough so that we can marry our secular world with our spiritual world through our everyday practice. So these are all 5 ways that we can practice Buddhism, just like there's 5 ways that Girl Scouts can practice their path. They had a founder and we have a founder, and they're both based on a vision or a goal or a practice that we can follow. And so we don't literally get these 5 badges, but just like Girl Scouts, you have to find the badges that fit you. You have to find the practices that work for you. I always say that in Buddhism, you don't have to do anything, but you have to do something. And so it's up to each and every one of us to find a practice that resonates with us, that we can do effortlessly for the rest of our lives. Thank you very much. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So that concludes our unexpected merit that we receive when we practice the Buddhist teachings. And then I would like to close with the compassion that is engendered through the realization of interconnectedness. The notion of emptiness engenders compassion. Compassion does away with the distinction between self and other. When one sees the illusory nature of all beings, there is born true compassion. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So next, we are going to have a video showing the Girl Scouts receiving their Padma Sangha Awards. As I mentioned, 24 nights. I think it was on Fridays. I taught, many MAs and Reverend Wondra taught, and we would meet 2 or 3 times a month for a year and a half, learning and immersing ourselves in all aspects of the Buddhist tradition to earn the Padma Sangha Award.
Hi, my name is Catherine and I'm from Senior Ambassador Troop 881. And over the past 2 years, I've been taking the Padma Sangha class through Girl Scouts. Taking this class has really helped me connect a lot of Buddhist teachings to my daily life and has been a constant reminder to think about Buddhism in difficult situations. For example, when I make a mistake, I remind myself of the Buddhist teachings of impermanence and living in the present. Everyone makes mistakes, and my mistake was in the past, so I have to remember that I'm living in the present moment and just move on. Dwelling on the past would only cause more suffering in the future. By applying Buddhist teachings and thinking about lessons I learned from this class, it becomes a lot easier to reevaluate the situations I'm in and see a new Buddhist perspective. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
On a past Girl Scout Sunday, Reverend Harada gave a message about people who have had disabilities, but still made amazing achievements in their lives. He talked about Juliette Gordon Low, who became deaf in her left ear after an incident at her wedding. To others, that could have been discouraging, yet she still founded a Girl Scouting organization that has been around for more than 100 years now. He also talked about Helen Keller and Hisako Nakamura. Helen Keller was deaf and blind. She was told that she wouldn't be able to talk or write, that it was impossible for her. Despite the odds, she learned to speak, write, and also became a famous writer and inspirational figure. Hisako Nakamura only had stumps for arms and legs, and even with her so-called handicap, she learned ways to live like everyone else. She was able to learn calligraphy, to eat with hashi, and to sew. Eventually, she would even get married and raise a child. Reverend Harada's message was about perseverance, right view, right thought, right effort, and about never giving up even when things get tough. I'm learning to live a life of gratitude and appreciate the things that I have in my life. I feel that trying to practice the Eightfold Noble Path is an important part of how I choose to live my life and better myself.
Buddhism had a significant impact on how I perceived the year 2020. Simple things like mindfulness, meditation, and chanting guided me through the difficult conditions we were forced into due to the coronavirus and other situations. Since we are under circumstances where we don't go out as often, the use of individual transportation has declined, meaning the burn of fuel has also decreased. The environment has become slightly cleaner because of this, creating better air quality for all people, plants, and animals. This is an example of Buddhism, interconnectedness. We depend on each other's actions directly relating to the virus, no matter the size, whether it be relating to spending time with family, wearing a mask, or donating to a hospital. Buddhism has helped me become mindful of my choices and actions and how they would affect others both positively and negatively.
A Buddhist lesson that's resonated with me is mindfulness. Mindfulness is being aware of yourself and others. Constantly, it is used in life, whether consciously or unconsciously. In my everyday life, I use it at school and at OCBC and whenever I go in public. Knowing what mindfulness is and understanding it helps me become a better person.
Mindfulness is a simple yet effective lesson that society needs while everyone struggles to make it through this difficult period of time. With the coronavirus vaccine in sight, society needs to learn from their mistakes and realize that they are only a small part of a larger picture. Namdasu, Namdasu, Namdasu.
I believe that the most important Buddhist lesson that we could bring into our society today is be kind and gentle to every living thing. This teaching would help make the world a better place because it would teach people to not be so quick to ridicule or judge each other. It would also encourage focusing on the positives more in contrast to the negatives, and I feel like this lesson is super important in our society today, especially when we're going through such a dark time like we are now.
Although 2020 has definitely been something not even my wildest dreams could compare to, I feel like I've been able to grow a lot as a person during this time because of all the time I've had to spend alone and all the struggles internally that I've had to face. I feel like growing up as a Buddhist at OCBC with the amazing Sangha has really helped me get through this time, and I take the teachings of gratitude, mindfulness, and so many more to heart to help build this positive mindset that I'm trying to work on. Namo my doubts, namo my doubts, and namo my doubts. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much for that presentation. Next, we have our announcements. We have a Dharma School online reminder for March 7th. Classes begin about 11 o'clock and end at 11:45. And for March 7th, we'll have the Fuji, 1st grade, Kiku, 5th grade, Sumire, 6th grade, Hasu, 7th grade, and Matsu, high school. And next, on March 13th, a Saturday from 2 to 5, there will be a workshop called Right Effort, Making Dharma School Classrooms Anti-Racist Environments, very much like we were discussing with the founder of Girl Scouts. Next, OCBC will be having a fundraiser, which is really important for the temple during the COVID lockdown. This will be with Panda Express. It will be on Sunday, March 14th, and OCBC will earn 28% of the sales. You order online, you can have it delivered or pick up, I think, and there's an apply code that you can use, 902749, so that OCBC can get credit for it. And here is some ordering online details. You can do it over your phone, and you can pick up in person or choose delivery options. And you type in the code and you hit apply. And then a week later, on Saturday, March 20th at 9:30 a.m., we will be simulcasting both Dr. Nobuo Haneda's Spring Ohigan seminar on our OCBC YouTube channel. He'll be giving a seminar in Japanese, and he will also be giving a seminar in English. And these will premiere at 9:30, and afterwards they will be available on demand. So you can always watch English and then Japanese, or Japanese and then English if you would like. We also have another fundraiser called Let's Fill the Hondo for Hanamatsuri, where you can take an image of yourself, a cutout, and email it in, and you can populate or attend services virtually, much like you see people attend NBA basketball games. And Reverend Wondra and I could really use the company. We could really use the smiling faces. It's so much easier to give a Dharma talk when you can connect with people on a very personal level. So I would love to see our Hondo filled when we begin to open up the door slightly and be able to have live services from within the Hondo out live streaming onto YouTube. And lastly, you can virtually attend services, but you can also literally become a member of the Orange County Buddhist Church and or the Vista Buddhist Temple. OCBC is a thriving community made up of strong, unified families and individuals dedicated to creating an environment conducive to expressing clear values, developing strong interpersonal relationships, and a foundation of Shin Buddhist spiritual and cultural connection. And so we have a link here at ocbuddhist.org/membership. And you can also visit the Vista Buddhist Temple at vbtemple.org. And so next, we are going to have the Girl Scouts play us out with some more video offerings. Thank you very much for being here with Girl Scout Sunday. We will do it again next year, same time, same Sunday. And please stay tuned after we close service for the videos that will close us out. Thank you very much for the Girl Scouts to contributing to today's Sunday service. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. Thank you very much, Carmela George. Thank you.
Hi everyone, happy Girl Scout Sunday. My name is Lauren Nakata, and I'm a cadet with Troop 675. The girls in my troop are selling Girl Scouts cookies. They're $5 each, except gluten-free, which is $6.
So you know the different flavors available are Toasties, new this year, my third favorite cookie, s'mores, my second favorite, lemonades, shortbread, then mints, my favorite cookie of all, peanut butter patties, caramel delights, peanut butter sandwich, and last but not the least, gluten-free caramel chocolate.
So this is the last year s'mores. If you haven't got your Girl Scout cookies yet, get them soon. The cookie sales end on Sunday, March 28th. Thank you. Have a great day.
My name is Kamala George, Junior Girl Scout from Troop 855, and I'm the proud granddaughter of Margaret Abo, one of the original Girl Scout leaders at the Orange County Buddhist Church. And we want to tell you about the history behind the Girl Scouts at OCBC. My name is Morgan, and I am a Brownie Girl Scout from Troop 916, and I'm the granddaughter of Carrie Nakagawa, one of the first Girl Scout leaders at OCBC.
My name is Yuko, and I am a Cadet Girl Scout from Troop 675, and I am also the granddaughter of Judy Koyama, one of the original Girl Scout leaders at OCBC. 35 years ago, in 1985, Margaret Abo, Janice Kanamaki, Alma Sakota, Judy Koyama, and Carrie Nakagawa had the bright vision to start a Girl Scout troop at Orange County Buddhist Church. Since OCBC Boy Scouts was so successful in building leadership in their sons, Alma wanted to create a parallel program for their daughters by starting a Girl Scout troop. Through their leadership and guidance, inaugural Junior Troop 855 set a strong foundation for future troops to follow. Not long after, and with the help of Lynn Black, Amy Yokota, Cindy Nishimoto Nishida, Lori Wakabayashi, and Joyce Yada, Daisy Troop 2041, Brownie Troop 916, Cadet Troop 675, and Senior Ambassador Troop 881 were formed.
The difference between the OCBC Girl Scouts and other Girl Scout troops is we also bring in the element of our Japanese heritage. You do not have to be Japanese, nor do you have to be Buddhist to be part of the troop, but those are some aspects we bring into the troop.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I'm a Cadet Girl Scout from Troop 675, and I am another granddaughter of Carrie Nakagawa, one of our first troop leaders at OCBC. OCBC Girl Scouts provides girls the unique opportunity to explore the Japanese culture by hosting the yearly Girls' Day celebration and helping and participating in Mochitsuki, Hanumatsuri, and Obon festivals. Some of the Girl Scouts even interviewed their grandparents and relatives to find out more about their World War II internment camp experience, and they created a book which was donated to the Manzanar Visitor Center. A lot has changed since the early Camp Kanamaki days, not just uniforms. This year, OCBC is 106 Girl Scouts strong, across all levels, and the legacy of the founders and leaders continue as the next generation of daughters and granddaughters join our Girl Scout family. These girls, along with their troops, are tackling meaningful take-action projects, leading the way in robotics competitions, and traveling across the vast ocean for long-distance bridging ceremonies.
My name is Tara Noda, and I'm an ambassador from Troop 881. The values of Girl Scout founder Juliette Gordon Low continue to leave a lasting impression despite troops meeting virtually. OCBC is recognized by Girl Scouts of Orange County for its long-standing, robust program, exceptional parent support, and the large number of girls who earn their bronze, silver, and gold awards each year. As girls refine their leadership skills, they take on more challenging and complex projects and learn how to make sustainable change in their communities. These, along with a host of other outdoor, entrepreneurial, and life skill activities, develop young leaders, which is the proud legacy of OCBC Girl Scouts. Coral from the sea and jade from the land together represents longevity and strength, and also represents 35 remarkable years of Girl Scouts at OCBC. Let's keep the flame alive so future generations have the opportunity to make a positive impact in their communities, create lasting friendships, and be inspired to reach higher. Morgan, Kamala, Caitlin, Yuko, and I are all grateful for the amazing opportunities that Girl Scouts has given us. From the family-like community that we are surrounded with, to the delicious dongo at Obon and Hanamatsuri, we are grateful for the founders that paved the way for us and all our other Girl Scout sisters.